from Alessandro. I'm going to go ahead and give you a college football for Saturday, a game I'm looking at here. This one has not crossed. I don't think it's crossed over to the 7 number yet. Give me West Virginia here laying the 6.5 here against Colorado. Dark times here for Colorado. They're going to go with a freshman quarterback, third string. Cater Salter couldn't get it done. Who was the backup they had there from last year? He couldn't get it done. It was ugly last week.
You said they're going to go to Juju Lewis?
That's who they're going to go to. Yeah, they made the commitment to the freshman. So
that's crazy. They're basically going to remove the red shirt, possibly.
Well, maybe Prime's not going to be around for his fifth season, right? I don't think he's going to be around the way it looks. Desperate times. I mean, they're one loss away from becoming bowl ineligible. They're 3-6. They dropped one game here, and it's no bowl game for Prime. And I don't. It looks brutal for them here. That loss to Arizona is probably the worst loss. Well, he's had some bad losses, but at home, that's about as bad. Arizona cannot beat anybody on the road. If you go back to last season, that to me was the backbreaker for the season for this Colorado team. On the road, they're giving up 36 points a game, 5.5 yards per rush, 7.4 yards per pass. What put me on WVU is how they looked last week. It takes time for these coaches to get their system in place, and that was impressive. You beat Houston on the road. They went into your town there, Sean, and they beat the Cougars.
I don't know about that, bro. That's Houston used to be pretty tough.
Yeah. They went in there and beat them. That's what impressed me. 45 points they put on the Cougars, Rich Rod's guys. So,
I like that. -6.5 this weekend. Yeah. It's kind of beating a dead horse, but oh well. We'll beat the dead horse. What else? I like some college football this weekend. Shoot. I don't know. I feel like another one. Sean actually mentioned it on the show yesterday, and when he said it, I was like, yeah, I'm with him. A&M. -6.5. I like that. Yeah. Not a big fan of the Missouri quarterback. So,
well, I mean, they're on their third string walk on right now.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, excuse me, Perbula wasn't even good, anyways. But yeah, dealing with that. And what else? Are we laying it with Vandy? Again, just beating dead horses. Is that what we're going and doing here against Auburn?
No. I don't know. You get the old
one. I don't know, because Auburn actually can have a defense,
and they can run. They can run the ball, right?
They can show up with the defense and run the ball. So I think you lay it with Bama though, 9.5. I'll give it out all. I mean, I think that one's LSU is man.
The team that covers every game is Mississippi State getting 8.5, 7.5 against Georgia. Georgia on the road.
And let me tell you something, man. That one was a bad beat. I was all over UGA. I didn't actually put that on the site, but I was all over it. And I'll give Javon his roses here. Javon was all over. I think he was on the money line though, but +7 would have cashed. And yes, it should have cashed the other way, but they took a knee at the end, which I'm not going to get mad about that because that's the right thing to do. Yeah. You don't give the other team a 1 in a million chance of making the comeback. So yes, you take that knee there, but throughout the game they made so many mistakes that they should have covered that spread, bottom line. Like I said, they were going against a wide receivers coach who's now thrown into the mix here, scrambling. I don't know. Do you want to talk about Florida here? Florida going and playing Kentucky. Historically, they have trouble with Kentucky. They never take them serious. Even after losing the year before, they still never take them serious. This is the type of spot they go and lay an egg. I don't know. Not on it, not strong about it, but I'm staying away because Florida historically has laid an egg. I remember one year, only reason why we won that game is because there was 9 guys on the field for Kentucky. They forgot to cover a wide receiver out there. I don't know if you guys remember that one. It was like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I'm staying away. That's my Florida rant for you guys for today. Still upset about that Georgia game.
In the noon window on ABC is not an SEC game. They're going to give you a Big 12 game and a big one. BYU and Texas Tech. Does the O go away here for BYU? Texas Tech laying 10 in this one.
I don't know. That one I'm scrambling about as well.
Laying 10 to BYU is what? Undefeated. Come on.
I'm trying to see something real quick on this quarterback.
I think Murren is playing, I think.
Yeah. But how he was doing last week, because I know they freaking covered that number against Kansas State. That was a rough L.
Yeah, because their loss came in Arizona State with an injured quarterback.
Right. Last week he just goes out though, 250 yards. He didn't run at anything though, but yeah, he's not that big of a runner, Morton, but he's efficient. He's efficient at home. This is one of the best teams they've had, like I said, since the Leach era.
Yeah.
A lot of hype there. They forked it out. It's $18 million roster they have. They forked it out. But guess who else is forking it out? BYU.
Yeah.
BYU's forking it out. Look at the program that they have with basketball. Look at what they've done with the football program. They whooped up on Colorado last year. That was an embarrassing bowl performance there. I remember that one. I don't know, man. This Bear Bachmeier's doing things freshman quarterbacks aren't supposed to be doing. That's the thing. So that's what's having me like plus 10 or pass. But I'm probably passing.
Yeah, it's just BYU. I just hate to go against them. They just seem to kick you in the behind, right? A backdoor touchdown, a comeback at the end. You just never know. But again, this Texas Tech team has been explosive at home with that offense. Oregon laying 6 on the road at Iowa. That's an interesting one.
That one could be a defensive struggle. Very, very, very quickly, a defensive struggle I could see. That quarterback for Iowa, let me make sure he's still playing because, man, I tell you what, sometimes I come on here, start naming quarterbacks, and they're not even freaking playing recently. Yeah, Gronkowski, this kid, he can run. He's not that bad. And, this is going to be a 24-21. What's the total at? 41.5? It'll be right around there. Oh, yeah.
LSU, Alabama.
23-16. Yeah.
LSU, Alabama. It opened 11. LSU getting money on the road down to 10, total 52.5.
No, I already said. Bama.
Yep. Bama all day, all night, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, bro. Bama's winning, but they're not dominating games. LSU's still a talented team. How good was the coach, Brian Kelly? I don't know how good he was.
Notre Dame was I have to give him his props at Notre Dame. At Cincinnati, it wasn't very good because they were winning blowout games 54-46. He had some bad. That's what I remember the most about.
He's not a good coach. He's not a good coach here.
Notre Dame was not a fit at LSU. He was not a fit at LSU. The players were rolling their eyes every time he spoke.
Well, listen, he won in Notre Dame because Notre Dame has a cupcake schedule, and then they got to the playoffs and they get rolled by good teams. So now he's at LSU where he's got to play good teams 8 out of 12 weeks, and he's going to lose 4 of them.
Yeah, and Notre Dame does attract. One thing with Notre Dame, they do attract good assistant coaches. I will say that.
He freaking brought. I know he got his butt steamrolled there with Cincinnati, but he built that Cincinnati program.
Oh, so, yeah.
He's not a bad coach. It's just that wasn't the right fit for him. A place like Notre Dame is a good fit. Hate to say it, Penn State's not that bad of a fit for him, but I don't know. He's probably chilling with his $50 million. He probably doesn't care right now about any of that. But no, anyways, I like Alabama in that spot. This LSU defense isn't what it is either. What it normally is.
Can we get a shootout game with Nussmeier finally waking up?
Let me tell you, when you got your middle linebacker dating Lane Kiffin's daughter and throwing up every 30 seconds, the kid can't go 30 plays without throwing up. He's out of shape. He's drinking too much. Partying too much. That's your star middle linebacker, huh? LSU. Come on, they've had anybody that's an LSU fan in the chat, just say some of the names that you guys have had at that linebacker position. Quan Alexander, Devin Lloyd, all these guys. What's his name? Jesus, man. Just name after name you could come with these LSU linebackers. That's who they got this year? Okay.
I always look at the receiver position, right? They're not getting any, right? The receivers were pounding in the NFL. And Nussmeier, we could see the numbers so low for him to start the season.